Okay, so the last time we solved this question 15. Now, question 16. For a fluid which is flowing steadily that is streamline flow, the level in vertical tube is best represented by. Okay, so this is a question similar to the idea of ventilation. When fluid will flow, when it flows in a narrow pipe, the speed is, when it flows in a narrow pipe, the speed is higher, more. In the broader part, the speed is less. Where the speed is less, the pressure is more. Is that clear? Right? So that's exactly the idea which we are talking about. Okay, so when it flows in a pipe, let's say it is like this, so pressure at first point should be greater than the pressure at second, isn't it? That's what we have been discussing earlier, right? So based on this idea, you have to decide which picture would be most suitable. So if the pressure here is more, the water column above that or fluid column above that should be more, correct or not? When can it have more pressure? When there is a higher column of fluid. Clear or not clear? When there is a higher column of fluid compared to at the second one. Make sense? So I hope you all realize that A is correct and B, in which both are same level, that is wrong. In C, once again both are same level, that is wrong. And D, where there is nothing going up, again both are same level, that is also wrong. Understood? Right? Again, the one on the broader side should be higher, because the pressure over here we know is more than the pressure over there. Right? If it's not higher, the pressure can't be more. Okay. Then let's go to the next question. There are two identical small holes on opposite sides of a tank containing a liquid air. The tank is open at the top, as you can see. Difference in height between the holes is h. I hope it's clear what is h. H is not depth of a hole. H is the difference of the depth or difference of height of the two holes. Clear? Everyone get that? Now, as the liquid comes out of the two holes, so obviously when you put a puncture on both sides, that is you put one tiny hole here and one tiny hole here, right? The fluid is going to come out from both sides. Okay, now do you remember what happens when you fill a balloon with a fluid? Let's say air, let's say you fill a balloon with a fluid and then air comes out. What happens to the balloon as air comes out? The balloon will move. Have you noted? So when air goes out of the balloon towards the right side, let's say, then that air will push that balloon towards the left side, just like rockets work. Right? You can explain this either by Newton's third law or by law of conservation of momentum. That is when, let's say this is a rocket, when gases flow out with some speed and there is no other force acting on it. So when the gas will go out, it will give an opposite velocity to the rocket. Fine? That's clear, everyone? Same thing here. Instead of gases produced by combustion, it's a fluid. So when fluid will flow out from here, let's think of this hole only. When fluid is pushed out from here, it will push the vessel in which direction? Left side. Who understood that? When fluid goes out of this hole, it will push the vessel towards left side. Why is that? Action and reaction. It's like you can say this vessel push that fluid right side, so that fluid will push it back towards left side. Or if we say that you are not doing anything, there is no horizontal force, and yet fluid starts to come out with some velocity v. So when that happens, there should be an opposite momentum. Otherwise, hopefully you still remember the law of conservation of linear momentum. The total momentum of an isolated system should remain constant. So force no lagado to આમ જેટલું momentum થાય એટલું ઊંધી બાજુ થાય જ. Otherwise, the law is violated. Same thing will happen with this force. When fluid will come out from left side, it will push the vessel towards right. If I were to draw the equity of this vessel, how many forces would act on it? In horizontal direction, how many forces will act? Let's call this hole 1 and let's call this hole 2. How many forces will act? 2. Force because of the hole 2 will be towards left side. I am showing it here. And force because of the hole 1 will be towards the right. I hope that doesn't surprise anyone. So because of these two forces, if suppose the bottom is frictionless, what will happen? It will start to move. This is just like a rocket. Instead of gases, it is using fluid. Understood? Instead of gases, it is using fluid. Right? That is liquid actually which is leaking out. Okay, so the question is, then the tank will experience a net horizontal force. Net means total. So we have to find net horizontal force, that is sigma F in horizontal direction. Hopefully everyone realizes that in magnitude that is equal to F2 minus F1, because F2 will be more and F1 will be less. Why did I subtract even though I said I am adding? Because force is a vector, the directions are clear. So બસ આ આપણે find કરવાનું એટલું છે. F2 minus F1 in magnitude, remember. Right? બાકી direction ને એવું લખો તો આમ આવે. બેનો meaning એ કરતા. I have not changed anything at all. Is it fine? But like I said, you see the options. Do the options look like which direction? Do they look like vectors? No. Then once we decide the direction, we should just worry about magnitude, because options are only about magnitude. So this is what we do. Okay, now see, it's possible that some of you still don't understand why is F2 greater than F1. Well, very simply put, this is lower. This hole is lower, so fluid will come out faster. What's the formula? Under root 2gh. Under root 2g. If depth is more, fluid will come out fast. If it will come out fast, it will push the vessel more. Masks on, everyone. Okay, so it will push it more. So when that happens, this will have more force towards left side, but it will have little bit force towards right side also. But net effect is towards the left. So let's find out these values. Okay. What is the force? Do you remember that force is what? Can someone tell me? Or what does a force do? When you apply force on an object, what happens? What does that force do? It changes velocity. Okay, fair enough. And even more better answer or more accurate answer would be it changes momentum. Force changes momentum, right? And hopefully you do remember that Newton's second law can be written in this form. You remember this? Sigma F external is dp vector by dt, right? Okay? Yes. dp vector by dt, that is rate of change of momentum with respect to time. Okay, so what happens is when this fluid goes out, it will give it some momentum. That's what gives it force. Because force is nothing but change of momentum. And whenever you apply force, momentum will change. So let's find out how much momentum does it leave with. Right? So force is nothing but momentum given in 1 second. I hope you see that here based on this definition. dp by dt, that is how much is the momentum changing or how much is the momentum given per unit time in 1 or per unit. So when this fluid leaves, it will leave with how much speed? Under root 2g. Now we don't know what this depth. So let's call this depth h2 and let's call this depth. So it will leave with this speed, correct? Yes or no? Sure? When the fluid leaves out of hole 2, forget about hole 1 for the hole 2 nowadays, so hole 1 का subtract कर ले तो answer आ गया. So forget about hole 1, just focus on hole 2. So it will leave out with that much speed, correct? If it leaves with that much speed, do you realize that volume flowing out in 1 second is this, where A is area of hole, or let me write small a. What did I do? Speed into cross-sectional area of hole. What does that give you? What is area into speed for a flow of fluid? It is volume flow rate. That is how much volume is flowing per unit time. Clear? Volume flow rate is area into speed. Correct or not? बराबर ने क्या भणे काल क्या आज જ ભણે. Okay, so area into speed, this is volume flow rate, that is how much volume is going out in 1 second. Now what is momentum? Mass into speed. આ તો હજી ખાલી વોલ્યુમ આવ્યું. See, we are building it stepwise. Momentum is mass into speed. So mass जो है speed जो speed तो છે, mass નથી. mass कैसे find करें? Density into volume. So जो volume to the point. If I multiply density, what have I got? Mass flowing out per unit time. Who understood that sentence? If I only write this is volume flowing out per unit time. If I multiply that volume with density, I get mass flowing out per unit time. See, why are we doing per unit time, per unit time, per unit time? Because force is nothing but momentum per second. Change of momentum per second. So we are still read only m. હજી m માં જાય ને હવે v into v multiply કરવાનો. What is the speed with which this fluid is flowing out? How much speed? Yes, root 2g h2. Did you understand why I multiplied that again? Yes or no? Yes. Again, this is v. This is volume flow rate multiplied with density. This gives you mass. So mass into speed or mass into velocity per unit time, that gives you force. So because of this force, you get this much force, F2. So that is going to be rho A into 2GH2. I hope that is clear. Just like this, suppose you want to find out force due to hole 1, how much do you think that will be? How much do you think that will be? Rho A into 2GH1. Isn't it same procedure? Khali change to that. Instead of H2, you are going to be writing again area into speed, volume flow rate. Volume flow rate into density, mass in 1 second. Mass flowing out in 1 second into velocity means momentum flowing out or momentum going out in 1 second. And momentum changing in 1 second is nothing but. So this is the force and this is the force. So what do you think will happen when we find the net force? F2 minus F1. Okay, what's common when you subtract? Rho A 2G common. Okay, then H2 minus H1. How much is H2 minus H1? Again, which option? Proportional to. Question is about proportional to. Density constant, area of the hole constant, 2 constant, G constant. So proportional to. Clear? You feel very sleepy? No? Are you sure? Okay. Now let's solve question 80. So in general, if you want to write force due to flow, then it's this. I hope you realize what I have written. Force due to flow of fluid. Volume per unit time into density and mass into speed. Momentum per unit meter. Okay, so this is momentum per unit time. So you can just say force due to flow of fluid is always rho A V square. When A is the area in which it is flowing, whatever that area may be. Right? Okay. So let's go to the next one. After that, important points there are there. But even if you don't remember, this is very easy to do. I hope you understood how I explained it. Step करता जाओ. Start with speed, પછી volume, પછી density, એટલે mass આવે છે, mass into speed. Okay. કઈ યાદ ન રાખવું પડે ને rho a v square. I hope you get what I am saying. Okay. Question 18. The velocity of a liquid flowing out or coming out of a small hole of a large vessel containing two different liquids of densities 2 rho and rho is as shown in figure. Right? We have solved such a question earlier, haven't we? Yes. So I am leaving it to you. Just one thing. I am not absolutely sure this D is the right answer. Okay, there might be some mistakes. Again, I am not absolutely sure that D is the right answer. So don't go by the answer. Do it yourself. See what you get. Okay. It's similar to that question I gave you earlier. Oh, okay. Let's go to next. 19. Okay. Now in this question, what's given? Try to draw a diagram. Try to understand the situation. Come on. So, were you given that assignment now? Chapter 2. First, so introduction to physical world. Nobody cares about that, right? The only thing that you need to remember from that chapter is four forces: gravitation, electromagnetic, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. And all of three, except weak nuclear force, you are going to study it later in some chapter, right? In full detail. So you don't have to worry too much about that, right? Okay, did you all draw the diagram? The tank is given, large tank, okay, of height 0.4 meter, and it is filled up to a height of 0.16, and it also has a diameter of 0.16 meters. How long will it take to empty the tank through a hole, small hole at the bottom, with the radius of the hole? What's the radius of the hole? 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, that's 5 mm. Right? So this all will be water. So what do you think we should do? Let me see your idea. Let me see how much you can think about it. We want to find out in how much time this will become empty. બધું પાણી વહી જવું. How much time will that take? મેં અહીંયા મૂકી દીધું. Now you are on your phone, right? Think about it and tell me your idea. Okay, whenever something comes to your mind, you tell me what you thought of. તમારે થોડુંક તો વિચારવું પડે ને. હું જ વિચારીશ તો તમને કોઈ દિવસ ફિઝિક્સના સમ સોલ્વ કરતા જ નહીં. આ બધું દેખાય છે એના કરતા ઘણું અઘરું છે. જોજો તમે એક વખત ટેક્સ્ટ બુક લઈને કે જો કે આજે તમને અસાઇનમેન્ટ આપ્યું છે, મારે કંઈ પછી બોલવાની જરૂર નથી. બટ વિધિન 24 hours you will realize what I am saying. કરવાની ટ્રાય કરો તો, નહીતર તો કોઈ સવાલ જ નથી. by Thursday. Sorry? એ નોટબુક બનાવવાની ચિંતા ન કરવાની હોય યાર. ઓકે, એવું બધું રેગ્યુલર કરવા જશો ને તો 11 12 પૂરું થઈ જાય તમારું. બીજી બુકમાં લખી નાખ. ઓકે, બુક્સ તો થવાની છે પર ચેપ્ટર 1 બુક, એવું તો તૈયારી રાખવાની. બરાબર, ઉપર અડી જવું જોઈએ. સ્ટાર્ટ સ્ટેકિંગ ઇટ એટ યોર હોમ. ત્રણેય સબ્જેક્ટની બુક થઈને સીલિંગ ને નો અડીએ તો તમે ભણ્યા નથી. બરાબર, અને બહુ વ્યવસ્થિત નોટબુક બનાવવાનું ટેન્શન ન કરો. હું કોઈ દિવસ ચેક નહીં કરું. આઈ લીસ્ટ કેર વોટ યુ હેવ રીટન. આઈ કેર ઓન્લી અબાઉટ વન થિંગ. તમારી ક્વેશ્ચન સોલ્વ થાય છે, હું આપું. That's it. And please, for your own good sake, do not copy the solution from anywhere. છોડી દેજો, ન આવડે તો પૂછી લેજો ટાઈમ પર. Okay? Practice is for you, not for anyone else. તો પછી સાયકલિંગ ના વિડિયોઝ જોતા રહેજો. પછી છેલ્લે પડી જતો. Under no circumstances take help from anything or anyone. બરાબર, હેલ્પ જોઈએ તો મારી પાસે આવજો. હું તમને સીધો આન્સર નહીં આપું, આટોવડો આન્સર આપીશ, પછી તમને આવડે. હા, what did you think about this? Yes, follow.
If we are able to find the volume flow rate per unit time, then we will be able to find how much time will it take to empty the whole tank.
Perfect. Well done. As simple as that. I hope you understood what he said. Repeat.
If we are able to find the volume flow rate of the point, then we will be able to find the time taken to empty the whole volume of the tank.
Yes, because if we find out in 1 second how much volume goes out, then we can find out how much time will it all take to go out, correct? Because we can already find the volume of water. Very easy to do that. Yes or no?
Yes.
It's just like, let's say you have 10,000 rupees in your pocket. Every day you give 2 rupees to your friend. After how many days you will be Kankan Gopal? આવડે ને ગણતા તો એવું જ કરવાનું છે. ઓકે, just joking, but that's exactly what this question is about. જો આ આઈડિયા ન આવે ને ત્યાં સુધી કંઈ કામનું નહીં. તમે ગમે એવી ફોર્મ્યુલા ગોખીને બેઠા હોય ને, you understand what I'm saying? સમજ નો સવાલ થાય ને જ્યાં સુધી તમે વિચારી ન લો કે કેવી રીતે કરવાનું. Okay, sit down. So you see, this problem basically is what he said. How karvanu? We find out how much is the volume flow rate. Okay, and then we will try to do the calculation. So everyone, why don't you find out the volume flow rate? How much will be volume flow rate? What's the formula of volume flow rate? Area of hole, barabar ne, into speed or velocity of flow over there. So how much is it? Don't put values and don't multiply everything. Okay, just let it be like that. खाली एक expression जो बनाए ना, then we'll think further about it. V is, yes, V is of course going to be root 2gh. See, you don't need to use that 1 minus a square by a square again, because compare the sizes. What's the diameter of hole? 10 mm. That is 1 centimeter. In a comparison, hole કેટલું છે? 16 centimeter. It's fairly big, right? It is 16 centimeter. This is only 1 centimeter, so fairly big, right? Neglect that one. And again, the sort of change time, no problem. So, what expression for volume flow rate? Done. It is going to be pi into
d square
d square into
root 2
pi d square ke pi r square into under root 2g h. Okay. Now look at this carefully. Compare with the situation I was telling you. Let's say you have 10,000 rupees and you give 2 rupees to your friend every day. So the rate is same, yes or no? Every day 2 rupees, 2 rupees per day. Correct? Rate is same. But compare that situation with here. As the water will start to go out, something will change. What is that something? The height will change. Volume change is barabar, but the height will change. Understood? Height change is the speed change. Agreed? Because speed is under root 2g. Yes or no? Now if that will change, volume flow rate will also change. So आज तो 2 रुपया है. काले 1.99. परम दिवसे 1.98. પછી 1.97. Welcome to the world of data. પડી ને સમજ આ ફરક છે. બોર્ડ એક્ઝામ નો ક્વેશ્ચન હોય ને તો એવું ઉપર લખાઈ ગયો. At a constant rate. ભલે physics થી સાચું ન હોય, but they make it very simple. Right? So now what shall we do? We have to do integration. Right? Whenever we get anything like this, where things change, yes, you have to do integration. Alright? So we'll have to assume some values or like symbols. Let's say at some particular point of time. At some particular point of time, this height is x or this depth of hole is clear. Okay? At that time, the volume flow rate, that is nothing but dV by dt. That is rate of change of volume with respect to time. Is going to be area of hole, that is small a. I'm just writing small a. We'll put value there. Small a, area of hole. Into V, that is under root 2gh. This is volume flow. Correct? But we should put a minus sign. I'll tell you what. As time will pass, what happens to volume? Is the change of volume positive, that is volume increasing? Or is the change of volume negative, that is volume is decreasing? Decreasing. Understood why there is a minus sign? Because as time will pass, the volume will decrease continuously. Clear? dV by dt is minus a root 2j. You cannot do integration like this. Why? V છે, d છે ને x છે, ત્રણેય વેરીએબલ અલગ અલગ. Doesn't work. So we'll have to change a few things here. Do you realize that here the volume of water in this tank can be written to be A into H? Yes or no? A stands for area of the vessel. H for height. Clear? So now, if I want to write dV by dt, do you agree that I can write dV by dt as A into dH by dt? Yes or no? આને જો આનું ડિફરન્શિએશન કરો. A is a constant. Area of vessel does not change. આ JEE મેઇન નો એડવાન્સ હોય ને તો અહીંયા કોણ આપ્યો એટલે કરો. What would happen over there?
area 3
ધીરે ધીરે નીચે આવતું જાય તો એરિયા ચેન્જ થતો જાય. Understood? Right? So A into dH by dt is minus A root 2g. Clear? Now here, why did we take this step? Why did we convert it to this? I mentioned that earlier when we have used integration. Trying to integrate that like this is rubbish. How high is it? Integration of x cube dt is nothing. You cannot find it. High, but apparati high. Right? It's valid mathematically, but nobody knows what will be the answer. I'm saying nobody knows. Nobody. But if you have h and h together, then we have a hope. Understood? So જો આમાં h dv છે ને h છે ને dt છે, doesn't matter. Now dh and h and dt, so things are better now. So whenever you come across such situation, you put all things with h on one side and the other one, there is t on the other side. In a variable separable kevai, you will learn this in 12th standard, right? After 6 months of 12. But we can't wait. Okay, so this will become dh by root h. Okay, a by a, and here you have 1 by root 2g. Is this clear what I have written here? Yes, no. 2g આ બાજુ a આ બાજુ root it and dt on that. Now we are going to do integration. Now you all are math students, I don't think you have any problem. I could always write this in this form. Yes or no? H raised to minus half is 1 upon root. Is it? Yes. Sure? Yes. Now we are integration. Do you remember the integration rule? Integration of x raised to n dx is, raise your hand. What is integration of x raised to n dx? Okay, very good. Now again it is high time that you are learning. Yes, Arkan, what is it?
H raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1.
Very good. It is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, make effort. આ શીખવું જરૂરી છે. મેથ્સ માં આવશે એની રાહ જોશો તો ફિઝિક્સ નો અડધો સિલેબસ પૂરો થઈ જશે. ત્યાં સુધી બધું ખબર નહીં પડે. So, we have to use that formula here. So, what is that? N's place minus 1 by 2. So, this is going to become h raised to 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. Clear? Okay, because n is minus 1 by 2. You put minus 1 by 2 here in this formula, see what you get. So h raised to 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. And now you have to put limit. Yeah, I forgot to mention about limit. So when we do integration, when we put the integration sign, minus can be put outside, constants can be put outside. I hope all of you remember. So when time is 0, that is at start, how much was the height of water? 0.16, isn't it? Look at an initial picture. Water just started flowing out. At that time the height was 0.16. So when time is 0, h is 0.1. And we have to find the time after which the infinity is 0. Clear? Okay, so this is what we get. Now we have to put limit. કેવી મુકા યાદ છે ને upper limit minus lower limit એવું કરવાનું is equal to minus. Here what is integration dt? Integration dt. d જો આ બધી ફોર્મ્યુલા છે એક એક વસ્તુ લખાવેલી છે. કામની બધી વસ્તુ લખાવેલી છે. કામની નો એકેય વસ્તુ લખાવેલી નથી. Right? So minus dt is integration. That is dt is integration is t. Now we have to put limits 0 to t. Okay, so a by a root 2g, this 2 goes to the numerator, 2a by root 2g. Now here, first we put 0, 0 raised to half is 0 raised to half is sure? 0 there. Minus. Okay, now 0.16 raised to half power means square root. Half power means square root. So 0.16 નો square root આવડે કે નહીં calculator વગર 0.04. ખાલી 0.4 no 0.04 નહીં ખાલી 0.4. Okay, and here minus t minus 0. I hope you got that. Upper limit minus lower limit. Minus be equal to got there. Find it. Come on. Get done. So, you know, if you ask me what's the toughest part of this problem, I'll say here. I realize that is very important. If you can realize that the rate of change of volume or dV by dt is this, પછી તો maths જ છે. ગઈકાલે 12th વાળાને પ્રેક્ટિસ કરાવતો હતો ને ત્યારે આવો એક ક્વેશ્ચન એમને from height h1 to h2, not from 0.16 to 0. કઈ નો ફરક પડે. Only the limits will change. Instead of this h1 over here h2. Last step થોડોક અલગ આવે. root h1 minus root h2. Okay, same idea. No number. Done. What's the answer? Do it without calculator. This is मतलब જ નથી. Pi will get cancelled. Thankfully, there is a pi code not able to. Root 2 into area 0.16 square. Centimeter મળે તો 16 square. નીચે 0.5 square. So 16 square 256 into 4 1024. 1024 into 0.4. नहीं થાય કેલ્ક્યુલેટર વગર લે કેમ નો થાય એમાં અઘરું ક્યાં છે 2 area of the vessel see pi is going to get cancelled with this do you agree yes બે માં આવે ને pi so it's going to be 0.16 square divided by area of the whole આનો સ્ક્વેર કરો 25 into 10 raised to minus 6 root of 2g is 20 isn't it root of 20 okay then what's this minus અહીંયા કરતે 0.4 is equal to t this is our answer now you put first of all you have to remain calm if you want to do calculations without calculating panic karo to answer koto see you should not disturb 25 ever okay you should not disturb 25 now root 20 can always be written as 2 root 5 clear okay yes so that's what we do. Now this 2 is cancelled. Why am I saying don't disturb 25? The reason is if you multiply and divide by 4 25 becomes 100 that's gold isn't it see what I did I played a trick I divided and multiplied by 4 so that I don't have to divide by 25 એટલું બધું મોટું કોણ કરે so 25 into 4 becomes 100 100 that is 10 raised to 2 10 raised to minus 6 root 5 ની વેલ્યુ આવડે કેલ્ક્યુલેટર વગર ગેસ કરતા સાવી 500 કરનાખવાનું 20 વધારે 500 root 500 આવડે close to square બોલતા જાઓ 20 square 21 square 4 41 22 square 23 square 529 well done Rishabh બધાને કહું છું 1 to 30 square ઊંઘમાં આવડો છે બરાબર તો આ થશે નહીતર નહીં તોય કોકવાર નહીં થાય at that time you have to be patient and then you have to use some brain so do you see that 500 falls between 22 square and 23 square yes or no yes so આપણે 22.5 ચાલશે that will do right so here it won't be 22.5 it will be 2.25 I hope you get what I am saying okay so આ થઈ ગયું 4 ઉપર મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરવાનો 4 into 0.4 1.6 so 1.6 into 0.16 square you can always write it as 16 square to 10 raised to minus 4 yes or no yes અને હજી તમને એવું લાગતું હોય કે આને 16 કરી નાખીએ તો 16 into this into 10 raised to minus 5 કેવું કટ થઈ જાય alright now 16 cube આવડે કરતા ન આવડે સાવ easy 16 cube do you agree is equal to 2 raised to 4 raised to 3 yes or no આ તો 2 raised to 12 cube 2 raised to 10 સુધી આવડે આવડે કે ન આવડે આવડવું જોઈએ ન આવડતું હોય બોલવા માંડો ચલો 2 raised to 0 2 raised to 0 1 થાય કોણ મળ્યું 0 2 raised to 0 is 1 2 raised to 1 3 2 raised to 3 8 2 raised to 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 2048 જો હવે આવડો માંડો 11 2048 12 તમે જાતે કર્યું મહેનત કરાયું આવ્યું ને 2 raised to 16 ક્યુબ જાત મોઢે કર્યું તમે અત્યારે Okay, so this is 4096. Any समझ? Often you don't need to go into all this detail. Let me tell you. Okay, options જોઈને ખબર પડી જાય. 4096 ને આપણે જરૂરી નથી. આપણે તેને 4000 લખો. Approximately. Right? Divided by 2.25. Is it okay? So હજી calculator use કરે કેવી? એના માટે તો આપણે કરીએ છીએ so that we don't have to touch the calculator. Right? હજી હું તમને શીખવાડતા કરું છું એટલે આટલી વાર લાગે. Right? Otherwise it's not that much of a problem really. So if you have 225, 25 nines are, is that okay? And 25 into 1 6, 25 into 16 is 400. એક હજી બીજો અને અહીંયા 10 raised to minus 2. અને આ હતું ને એટલે આ કટ. So final answer is 1600 by 9. ક્યાંથી આવ્યું? આ 10 raised to minus 1 છે. Over here it's a mess. આવી દેખાવી જોઈએ તમારી નોટબુક. આમ વ્યવસ્થિત બધું લખવા જશો તો જોયા ને કેટલા સમ છે ઓલા. હજી એક તો કરો. કર્યો કે ન કર્યો? થઈ ગયો? એક થઈ ગયો? Congratulations. Okay, no, it's not that everything is tough, but there are many, right? પહેલા મેં છે ને ફ્લુઇડ મિકેનિક્સ માં પણ ટીચર પછી એમાં જોયું તો 75 કાઉન્ટ હતા. પછી મને રહેવા દો હજી નવા right? Okay, so 160019 કરો તો શું આવે approximately? क्या मिस्टेक કરી તો કેજો મિસ્ટેક કરી તો કેજો
0.60 diameter radius આવે
કઈ જગ્યાએ
0.60 લખેલું છે
સરસ સાચી વાત છે મેં મિસ્ટેક કરી here I took a radius and here I took diameter એટલે મારે divide by 4 કરવાનું do you agree જો મિસ્ટેક થઈ ગઈ તો મેં કેટલું જલ્દી કરેક્ટ કરી લીધું બધું ન કરે પડ્યું understood તો હવે શું થાય 400 by 9 તો હવે કરો ડિવાઇડ આ તો જાતે થાય ને 9 માં શું કરો તો 40 આવે 4 9 પર 36 બાકી શું રહ્યું બાજુ 4 તો once again 4 so 44 point something આવજો look at the closest option got it કેવી રીતે થઈ જાય don't forget we cheated આ 4096 હતું ને we cheated but that's fine an approximation karo cheating no right we made it easy exam માં calculator ન હોય તો શું કરો એ બધું કરવા જાવ તો પૂરું જ ન થાય આટલામાં એટલી વાર લાગે અને બધા નંબર લો તો 4096 divided by 2.25 કરવા જાવ તો 3 કલાક okay once you will be able to master this you will do it very fast કદાચ મારા કરતા જલ્દી કરી નાખો because I am very poor at calculating મારી મિસ્ટેક બહુ થાય જેવી okay so that's question 90 that's it for this particular topic from this assignment હવે viscosity we have little time I'll explain anyone interested in doing a cone based question anyone interested in doing a cone based question of the same type instead of a cylinder a cone so આવજો કોઈને ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ જાગે તો most welcome હું તમને ક્વેશ્ચન આપી દઈશ then you try to solve it હાઈ નો થાય એનું ટેન્શન જ ન લેવાનું ખોલો જો તમને સપોઝ તમને ખબર હોય કે તમારી બધા સમ થાય છે તો તમે ખુલ્લાઓ ઘરે જ બેઠા હોય ને શું જવાન જશે અમને તો બધા સમ આવડે બરાબર but I realize and you should also realize that there are things you don't know and that's why whether you want or not we have to come to right because you don't know things so it's as simple as that right so never be afraid to share with others that you don't know okay viscosity now the viscosity is very simply put friction in fluid viscosity is fluid friction or friction in fluid normally when we studied law of motion chapter, we talked about friction. That was friction between solids, correct?
Yes.
Right? So viscosity is something similar that happens in fluid. Right? Similar, I said it's not exactly the same. Right? So let's see some of its characteristics or properties. So first of all, viscosity acts when there are multiple layers of fluid that are flowing at different speeds. I repeat, viscosity acts or comes into the picture when there are different layers of fluid which are all flowing at different speeds, not at the same speed. Suppose everything was flowing at the same speed. Let's say first layer 5 meter per second, second layer 5 meter per second, third, fourth, fifth, everything 5 meter per second. Then they don't need to pull on each other. I hope that makes sense. But it's more like this. There is a line of people, okay, standing next to each other, right? But let's say line 1 is moving faster than line 2. So what's going to happen? People in line 2 will get jealous. Okay? क्या जाओ थोड़ी वाले रात करते हैं ऊपर You get what I'm saying? Viscosity is similar, right? So what will happen is molecules in one layer, right? Okay, molecules in one layer are going to apply forces on molecules in the other layer, and they will drag them down. Suppose layer 1 is moving fast, let's say speed 10 meter per second, but layer 2 is moving slightly slower, let's say 9 meter per second. Then the molecules of layer 2 will try to pull the other one so that both move at same speed. Okay, that is what is viscosity, right? So first thing to understand is that viscosity depends on something called velocity gradient. Okay, viscosity depends on something called velocity gradient. Now what's a gradient? Have you studied gradient in maths yet? Yes, you have. Stand up. What's a gradient? Okay, you divide anything by length, then you get a gradient. Okay, close but not perfect. Proper definition of a gradient is as follows. Okay, not just velocity gradient, any kind of gradient. Okay, by definition, what's a gradient? So we say that gradient of some quantity, like let's say y. Gradient of what? With respect to x is nothing but what you already know. And gradient. Gradient of y with respect to x is nothing but delta y by delta x. Now generally gradient is taken not with time. For example, delta v by delta t. Should we call it velocity gradient? No, an average acceleration. It's not called velocity gradient. So when we say gradient of y with respect to x, what happens is x is the position, right? Gradient of y with respect to x, then x must be the position. That is, when you take change of some quantity, divide by the change of position, then this thing is called gradient. Clear? Delta v by delta t is not called gradient. An average acceleration. Fine? Okay? So this is what a gradient of anything is. So what is velocity gradient? Velocity gradient is change of velocity per unit depth. Okay, change of velocity per unit depth. When we are talking about viscosity, this is how we have velocity gradient. So going by this same principle, આ લખજો આ બધું બીજી વાર gradient સમજાવવું ન પડે, maths માં આવશે. So velocity gradient is delta v upon delta z. Z for depth, where z is depth. So velocity gradient has what formula? Delta v by delta z, where z is the depth. Right? Now again it is the change of velocity per unit depth. So let's take a few numbers and try to get a better grip on what this really means. So generally what happens is, let's say this is a river. In the river, at the bottom, at the river bed, there is sand, correct? Sand doesn't move always with water. If that was the case, there would be nothing remaining. Right? It moves, but not always, right? So, what happens is that these sand particles, they are stationary or almost stationary. So, when water molecules try to flow from above there, they pull it and they reduce its speed. So, what happens as a result is, suppose you think of a typical river flow. Then the uppermost layer is the fastest and the lowermost layer is the slowest when it comes to flow of water. And between the two, the velocity can be indicated by such arrows. What does that mean? The uppermost fastest, then a little bit less, little bit less, little bit less, little bit less. So read that. Change of velocity per depth. So the deeper you go, the less the velocity pick up. So that's why we are writing it per unit depth instead of writing per unit length or per unit distance. Absolutely clear? Right? So this happens not just in rivers actually, it could happen in pipes also, or canals for example. Canals are the majority of right after Gobi. So when water flows in a canal, the upper layer would be fast and the lowermost would be slowest. Why is that the case? Because at the bottom it would be coming in contact with the surface of that solid. Understood? So what happens is between these slow and fast layers, there is going to be viscous force. Between these slow and fast layers, there will be a force. What's that force called? Viscous. And that is because of viscosity. Right? Viscosity is a property of material. Right? So let me stop here. Right? Okay, we'll probably take numbers and you'll get some idea of how this works. Right? Make sure you write all this. We will continue from this point in the next. Right? Goodbye.